Our breaking news public service announcement projects the right type of intensity and the right type of urgency to people when we first meet them in order for them to basically take a look at our message. It's important that there's a sense of urgency being made here. It should be in the way that we say things and also the meaning behind what we say. It's the urgency, it's our tone, it's the way that we project ourselves. It's important when we try to get people to take a look at this video for the very, very first time. I've had people ask me, do I really think that we're providing a public service announcement? Well, let me give you my opinion on this whole idea of public service. One, if people just see our video, that's it. They do nothing else but watch our full video, our home fire safety video. I'm going to tell you what will come out of that for them if they really pay attention to what's there. A, they're going to understand that a room can be filled with smoke at night, middle of the night while they're sleeping. And when you go to sleep, what else goes to sleep? Your vital senses, your sense of smell, your sense of hearing. It's dulled. When fires start, let's say down in the basement, and fires start to smolder, they do two things. They fill the house with smoke, but they also suck the available oxygen out of the house. The oxygen level starts to drop. Oxygen level goes from 11 to 12% down to as little as 4, 5, 6%. It's like a narcoticizing effect on the brain. You may not even wake up. You've seen in the videos where the firefighters talking about finding people dead in their sleep, falling asleep and found exactly where they went to sleep after a fire strikes. Fire is deadly. People have a Hollywood illusion or version of what they think fire is in their head. It's incorrect. So we're going to correct that. We're going to let them know also that these ionization smoke detectors that 90% of America has in their home do not do the job in the middle of the night if you have a smoldering fire. 1/3 of all fire deaths could be prevented in this country. 1/3. And that's a conservative, by the way, estimation. 1/3 of fire deaths could be prevented if people really just did one thing: switched from ionization to photoelectric smoke detectors. So you may be asking yourself, 90% of America has ionization detectors. Why? Well, because A, they don't understand the difference between ionization, photoelectric. The state agencies and the government agencies that are supposed to educate people about what the differences are don't do a good job. And they may argue 51% of all household fires start in the kitchen and therefore usually happen during the day. And ionizations tend to be the best for that. Okay, but usually when there's a fire in your kitchen, or what's called a stove fire, or a fire that occurs in the kitchen while someone's cooking, people are aware of that. They know there's a serious problem at hand. People that are sleeping in the middle of the night and their house becomes filled with smoke and their smoke detectors don't activate, that's a really serious issue that's going to cost someone or their whole family's life. So therefore, they have to understand that the very smoke detector they have hanging, 9 out of 10 people have it. This is not a made-up number. 9 out of 10 people that have ionization smoke detectors really don't understand that when your house fills up with smoke in the middle of the night, that you can't even see your hand in front of your face, that smoke detector they have currently isn't going to go off. So if all they did is watch our video, they never even got a automated fire smoke detector from us. Let's just say they just saw our safety video. And all they did was woke up and said, least I can go do is go down to Home Depot or Lowe's and buy photoelectric smoke detectors for my house. Who else, anywhere, any place is doing that for them, educating them? Is the fire department? No, I'm not banging the fire department here. They are busy just trying to go out and put out fires. They're under-resourced, understaffed, underfunded. Okay, there's firefighters out there that are looking at losing their jobs because municipalities can't pay them or can't continue to pay their pensions. There's a whole list of problems here. So we go out and we educate people. If all we did is got them to understand that photoelectric smoke detectors were something they had to have in their house, you know what? Would we actually be providing a service? Yes. Now, if it's in the middle of the day, if they're at work and the smoke detectors go off, and you have pets in the house, is a photoelectric smoke they can't call for help going to help? The answer is going to be no. If it's 2 o'clock in the morning and their family's becoming overcome by lack of oxygen, lower oxygen levels in the house, the average, when you're sitting in a room breathing, it's about 79% nitrogen in the air, 21% oxygen. There's a mix between nitrogen and oxygen. Fires need 3 things. They need a heat source, they need fuel, and they need oxygen. When fires start inside of your house, it's like an airtight home. We all have energy efficient houses where we try to do one thing. We try to stop the summer heat from coming in and affect our air conditioning. And in the winter, we try to stop the heat from leaving the house or the cold from coming inside. It's an airtight seal. When you have a small fire starting in the house, the one thing it does, it monopolizes the oxygen that's inside the house. And you're running into a situation where you may never understand this unless you're in a fire. You may be in a situation where your brain is narcoticized and you can't really think properly. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been in a situation where you have lost your sense of where you are and who you are. I'm going to tell you that, I don't really talk about this a lot, but I'm a diabetic. I'm an extreme diabetic. I've been diabetic for 25 years. I have this problem late at night. It's called hypoglycemia. Is when my sugar gets so low. The only thing in your body, the only organ in your body that needs sugar constantly is your brain. When your sugar drops real low, your brain shuts down. I wake up sweating and I don't even know who I am and where I am. It's complete disorientation. So therefore I identify with this quite easily because I know how fearful it is to not be able to think clearly, to not even have a sense of direction, not even know who you are at the time. So therefore, that's what low oxygen does. It's a serious implication in the middle of the night when a fire occurs. You need someone there 24 hours a day with one hand on the phone ready to contact the authorities in case you have a fire. Of course, we're not going to hire a professional fire guard or a professional, some type of individual to watch over our house 24/7. But I tell you, for $1 a day, we have a solution for anybody that really is concerned about their family. Look at the average American home today. Fires spread 3 times faster than 30 years ago. I want you to think about that. 3 times faster. You would have thought they'd be 3 times slower. With all technology we have and everything that we do, you would think fires would be spreading slower in the home. They're not. They're spreading 3 times faster. Look, the video does a very good job explaining all these phenomenons directly to the consumer. I'm going to say one thing. If all they did was watch our video, we provide a tremendous public service. Nobody is doing what we're doing. Nobody. Zero. I've done it for most of my life. Nobody. Zero. There's a need for this. And unfortunately, places like Underwriters Laboratory, NFPA, National Fire Protection Association, they're not even distinguishing the difference between ionization and photoelectric to consumers. Because I guarantee if you went into Home Depot and you were looking at smoke detectors, and at the top of the smoke detector it says, "Note, warning, this smoke detector is not going to warn you in a slow nighttime fire in case your family's asleep." If you want to buy an ionization detector, this is not going to save you at night. However, it's good for grease fires in the kitchen. Maybe people would wake up and realize that photoelectric is a necessity, not an idea that someone just planted somewhere, sometime, someplace. It works. It's needed. You got to believe in what you're doing. Answer your question one more time. Is this a public service? You're absolutely darn right it is. What I do and how I do it and what we teach people, no one else anywhere, any place can do it. People are stunned when they find out what really happens in a fire. And they find it hard to believe that no one's ever taken the time to educate them. There's a need. There's an urgent need for this. So you want to get on the team, develop a sense of urgency. It's important.